Getting out of your creative bubble is so important for you. I see so many people who go, oh yeah, I'm really good. I'm really do this. I can do this. And then all they're doing is creating the same work over and over again, which in a business sense makes sense, right? But how are you going to be the photographer that stands out if all you're doing is the same stuff? And you're like, well, I can't be creative. I can't think about this. Yeah, you can. Go and spend some time looking stuff. I'm not saying like don't go and check out a local museum in your area, but there's something to be said about seeing the world a little more and seeing it from a tourist perspective, but also seeing how other photographers work. That's why collabs are so good with people from different areas, not just collabing with the same person over and over again. I am all for consistency in your work, which is when you start using the same thing, doing the same work. Perfect. It's great. It's a good idea. But it also can breed stagnation, and then you feel like you're just churning out the same stuff. And for a creative job that we do, we're becoming robotic in it. And that is a dangerous place. I think that's a dangerous place to be. And ultimately, it makes you feel unfulfilled. Now, I'm not saying you should completely change your style every time you travel, but why can't you explore a little more to perhaps bring some of that specialness back with you to your work? So you might recall I came to Norway a while ago and I spoke about in a video that I'll link here about Norway's rules and the way in which they edit pictures, okay? And it made me think sometimes my own shoots can be chaotic and unnecessarily cluttered, right? I love my color. I love the retouch. I love everything about it. But every now and then I challenge myself, say, am I a good photographer because I photograph well, or am I just editing my photos? And it allowed me to explore that and learn a bit more. So here in Norway, they're very intentional what they do, in my opinion. They're very clear and often very minimalist with it. So I try to use that sometimes to challenge myself. And I found that I am attracting more clients because they're seeing me do more stuff. And the more I do it, the more it almost becomes a weapon in my arsenal because I'm not just doing it as a one-off. You can meet creatives who don't give a crap about your Instagram, but they might inspire you. I went traveling and I met a photographer here in Norway who uses natural light in a way mind-blowing. I met people who shoot photography in ways that I never thought about doing. Because of meeting them and not caring if they had a massive following, I'm learning as a photographer and bringing that back to my work. But when I say travel, I'm not saying hop on a plane and go to Indonesia, Bali, wherever. I'm saying get in your car, get on the bus, get on a train, I don't know, go for a walk. Work with a model you would never normally work with. Work with a photographer that you maybe never have worked with. You know, there is so much out there to learn from, and yet we are consistently staying in our bubble. Oh, I only shoot this type of model. I only shoot this location. What does that do? Breed stagnation. And then you wonder why you're not creative enough, why you feel jaded by your work, because you're not challenging yourself. You are not trying to step out of a comfort zone. By the way, how cute is this? I'm in Veagland Park, which is, I think, one of the world's largest sculpture parks by one artist. It's amazing. If you get to go, come. I think there's another reason why personal projects are so important. And personal projects shouldn't just be your safe space. It should be you creating something that is different to what you do. Otherwise, it's not a project. It's a repetition of what you already do. I also think it shows a change in the world that we live in if we are definitely trying to use different models to what we do. I've discussed it a few times. I did it in the interview with the ITV News. We have a certain stereotypical look when it comes to fashion and portraits, and I think we as photographers have a duty to reflect society a lot more. So yeah, definitely try it, and you might find that what you're learning is coming more into your mainstream photography that you're already doing. I think travel humbles you. It makes you learn more and it makes you meet things and people and experiences open up your mind. I'm not saying run off and spend thousands to go traveling. But if you want to be better as a photographer, you actually have to go out and experience a little bit more than just what's right in front of your nose. By doing so, we're opening up the world and we are allowing ourselves to be more creative. We're pushing ourselves to be less mainstream and just generic, because once we fall into this pool of stagnation, anyone can repeat what we do because we have already found out how to do it. I don't mean for you to go off and chuck your idea away and, all right, see, I'm only going to do crazy shit. By all means, do what makes you happy. But also don't cut off your nose to spite your face and worry why you're not being creative or why your work isn't standing out, because everyone else is doing the same thing. If you want to stand out, you need to have those unique experiences. And the way you start doing that, I'm going to say, is traveling. And it isn't just going to all these far off countries and being like, hey, I'm an influencer. It's actually living life, even if it's just going to a different coffee shop. Because every time you meet somebody new, every time you work with somebody new or in a different location, you learn something. So my challenge to you is to go and find something new to do. Find something creative. Go right now. Go instead of go to your coffee shop. Go to a different one. Go to a different part of your town that you don't normally shoot in. Try to do something different. I'm not just saying, like, I want to reiterate this. I'm not asking you to travel the world, but I am asking you to travel outside your bubble that you've created. This safety bubble, you're going to recycle work, and that's your safe zone. Great, but you'll always be in that safe zone. And eventually, what will happen is you'll feel like you're not progressing because you're not. And I have no problems in people staying in that zone, but there are also a lot of the photographers who are on Facebook groups and stuff going, oh my God, I'm not getting as many clients in, because they're used to seeing you do the same thing over and over again. So let me know what you're going to do different today, this week, this month, and I'll see you all in the next video. So ta-ta from Oslo.